everyone, my name is Sarah Lipkowitz. I'm a real estate agent based in Montgomery County, Maryland. I specialize in both residential and equestrian properties. And today I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of keeping your horses at home. Our team works with a lot of first-time farm buyers in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia. And it's super common for horse owners to have a lifelong dream of being able to keep their horses at home, to be able to see them every day, have more control over their care, and just be able to look out their window and see their horses while they're having their coffee in the morning. I think it's a dream that a lot of us have, myself included, and I really feel pretty honored that, a lot of farm buyers trust us to help them make that a reality. But I did want to talk a little bit about some of the plus sides, but also some of the drawbacks that I think people don't necessarily always think about. I already mentioned that when you move your horses home, you have quite a bit more control. And it's not just over, what your horses are eating or their turnout. It's also what services you use. Vets and farriers aren't always dictated by the owners when you're boarding your horses. And you also have control over the living conditions, how the pastures are managed, how the barns are maintained. And I think a lot of equestrians, as, type A personalities, find this very, very appealing. The next plus side I want to talk about is cost. And this is one that's actually subject to a lot of debate. I think there are people who feel that they don't save that much money by keeping their horses at home, or they spend more money, but the vast majority of people, I find this is one of the most cited reasons why people keep their horses at home. And I do think it is subject to the location, to how many horses you have, and are they easy keepers, are they not easy keepers, how are you maintaining them, what is their care like. I think it really does depend, but I think it comes back a little bit to control. You have more control over management, and so you have more opportunity to manage costs. Now I want to talk about a couple of downsides to keeping your horses at home. And I think there are things that people expect to hear, like you don't get time off. Your horses have to be taken care of, which means if you want a vacation, you have to find somebody to take care of them for you, and that's not always easy to do. You also expect, maintenance, both the cost of it and the time and the physical energy it takes to maintain the farm and care for the horses. You either have to be willing to put that in yourself, or you have to pay somebody to do it for you, and those are your options. But the third drawback to keeping your horses at home that I think is something that not a lot of people talk about is the isolation. I think it's really important as a boarder that you are honest with yourself about why you like riding and what you get out of it, because I think for a lot of people, riding is a social activity, and you have to recognize that finding the motivation to ride when you're at home, if you treat riding as a social activity, might be really tough, and you might actually start to get very lonely. So unless you are backing to trails and friends' farms, or you have a trailer and you plan on using it a lot, although you have to be careful about setting expectations for how much you will actually trailer off the property, you really need to be prepared for that. Some people love that isolation. They like being able to get out and ride by themselves and have that peace and quiet. And, I know boarders who are like that. They go to the barn later in the evening when no one's around because after work they just need to decompress. But I also know boarders who really prefer to be in the middle of everything. And if that's you, you may not like keeping your horses at home. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Again, my name is Sarah Lipkowitz. I'm a real estate agent based in Montgomery County, Maryland. I specialize in both residential and equestrian properties.